Hey folks, Big D Daddy hitting you with another crispy vid on the platform known as the YouTube. Hey, did you guys know that the ash vampires are my brothers? I do mean that quite literally. They're my siblings, and I have 7 of them. Dagoth Uranus, Dagoth Endus, Dagoth Gilvoth, Dagoth Odros, Dagoth Turinal, Dagoth Uthal, and Dagoth Vemin. Clearly Dagoth Mother put out. I was the oldest of the 8 Dagoth boys. That was long before my apotheosis, back when I was still going by my birth name, Vorin Dagoth. Our parents were both high-ranking members of the Great House Dagoth, 6th house of the Great Council that would tragically go unmourned after its forced dissolution by certain false gods. Ours were fairly standard upbringings for ennobled House Khymer of the early First Era. We spent most of our childhoods at the old House Dagoth stronghold of Kogorun. My brothers and I awoke each day at the crack of 5 a.m. to the sound of Dagoth Father's morning gong. We would then say our morning prayers to the ancestral spirits and to the cuntbag good Daedra we used to worship. After we'd finished reciting our prayers, we would choose one of the Argonians from the salt rice fields to eat for breakfast. Once breakfast was finished, Dagoth Father would have us use magic to craft weapons from the Argonians' bones. We would then use said weapons on our baby Argonian hunting excursions, which were conducted on a daily basis just before lunchtime. As we got older, Dagoth Father started having us hunt teenaged Argonians, and sometimes, if we were well behaved, he'd let us hunt a Kaj cub or 2. It didn't take long for Dagoth Mother and Dagoth Father to realize that their oldest son, that son being myself, Vorin Dagoth, was special in a super godly way. By the age of 3, I could already drive a silt strider. At age 6, I climbed the entirety of Red Mountain and swam in the lava without getting hurt. At age 9, I invented the guar burger, and by age 10, I didn't even have to poop anymore. I was also a child golf prodigy. As a young Dagoth, I challenged some fucknut Dwemer tribe called the Rorken clan to a golfing bet. The deal was, if I could hit a golf ball beyond the borders of Morrowind, they would relocate to whatever spot the golf ball landed on. Naturally, they were quite surprised when I whipped out my Argonian spine driver and whacked the fucking ball across the entire continent into Hammerfell. But what really stunned them was the fact that the ball transformed into an enchanted hammer called Volendrung along the way. When I was 18, I bought my first Argonian, and I named him If You Are Asking Me My Name It Means I Ran Away and Please Take Me Back to My Legal Owner Vorin Dagoth at 369 Kogorun Drive. By age 20, I owned over 1,000 Argonians, and had also invested a considerable sum of gold into Khajiit. I even established a small zoo on the Kogorun estate where local Khymer could come and check out all the different breeds of Kaj I owned. A few years later, I was announced as Man of the Year by Resdane Gentleman's Quarterly, and was subsequently named 30 times on Forbius 30 Under 30. It was around the same time I achieved my bachelor's degree in Khymer superiority from Veleth U with a minor in lizard trafficking. Upon graduating, I was also given an honorary doctorate in godhood, and I went on to achieve several more graduate degrees in Argonianology with a focus on lizard breeding. My classmates kindly voted me most likely to start a cult in our last year at uni. Finally, at the ripe age of 30, I was made Lord Counselor of House Dagoth, and that was also the same year I gave my boy Nerevar his first... Never mind. Know what? Maybe I'm giving away too many details. Endus, turn the fucking camera off.